Shanti. Avyakt BaapDada. Today's date 19/4/1969. 19th of April 1969. Title is In order to transform your sanskars, increase the practice being stable in the point form. For that, Baba says, what does BaapDada see in all of you when he comes? When you look at each other, what do you see? Each other as brothers, because as souls we are brothers. How do you see each other in the form of brothers? What do you see? We see the soul in the corporeal form. What does BaapDada see? BaapDada sees a great deal within 1 second. Firstly, he sees the stage of the soul. Secondly, he sees the chart of service. Thirdly, he sees your activity and also your chart of yoga. What is the fourth aspect he sees? The future status. BaapDada sees what from your present state each of you is going to become in the future. Can you see these four aspects? When you make others sit in yoga, what do you have a vision of the stage of the other soul? You should be able to do this because you are also called Trikaldarshi, knower of the three aspects of time. When you brothers sit in a bhatti for the pilgrimage of remembrance, what is your stage when you sit on the gaddi? Check. Throughout the day, for how long did you remember the form of the point form and the stage of journey? Which do you think is the powerful stage, the form of the point? So, then what is the main method to maintain the awareness of the point for a longer period? A few ideas were given. All of those aspects are okay, but within those, the main thing that you explain to others is that everything should be done at its own time. If people come and tell you that they do not have time to listen to knowledge as they have so many complications of the household, what should you give them? You explain to them that at the time of dealing with the household, they should perform that task and then take knowledge with the little time. Baba is saying, and then take knowledge with the little time that they are able to make available. You give them the recognition of the time and also the recognition of performing a task at the right time. And so, what do Baba is saying, and so what do those who are effort makers have to do at that time? They should have the recognition of the time and the task. They should be able to have a particular stage at the time it is necessary. When you sit in yoga, you stabilize yourself in the seed stage. There is no need to churn the ocean of knowledge. You can churn the ocean of knowledge even while walking, moving, bathing, and eating. The time for an Avyakt heart-to-heart conversation is fixed for Amrit Vela. In the same way, when you sit, you should first spend some time in stabilizing yourself in the awareness of the point and then have a heart-to-heart conversation. When you find Baba is saying, when you find you are not able to stabilize yourself for a long time in the awareness of the point, then you catch hold of the second stage, heart-to-heart conversation. However, what happens in that, because it is easy to have a subtle heart-to-heart conversation and to churn the ocean of knowledge, you quickly begin to do that. Because it is difficult to stabilize yourself in the awareness of the point, you pay less attention to that. However, it is essential to have that stage. You saw the example of the corporeal form. At the time of talking and eating, Baba seemed to be disappeared from the body for a second or two. Even while talking to someone, he would see the bodiless form, the form of the soul. This was the effort being made to stabilize the self in the awareness of the point. You are lacking in this effort, Baba is saying. You are lacking in this effort, and therefore your sanskars do not change. How will you change your sanskars? When the burden of sin decreases. You have many classes of dharana to change your sanskars, and you even talk about it to one another. Yet your sanskars do not change. This is the method to change sanskars, and so at present you have to pay special attention to this aspect. You must make special time throughout the day. Make a special time for this practice according to your daily timetable. Although you make effort to stay in the Avyakt stage, you will only be able to make the Avyakt stage permanent when there is the practice of being bodiless and staying in the awareness of the point. Otherwise, you continually come into corporeal feelings. You tell others that body is the costume and that you are therefore able to wear it or take it off whenever you choose. There has to be such practice that you should be able to forget the consciousness of the body and yet also be aware of it. By having such a stage, you will not experience punishment from Dharamraj at the end. Otherwise, because of the strong sanskars you have had, there will be the experience of punishment. There is a great lack of practicing the awareness of the body. Baba is saying there is a great lack of practicing the awareness of the point. Whatever you are practicing cannot be possible until you first firmly make yourself stable in the awareness of the point. This is why the Maharathis and especially those who are going to become the 8 deities should pay special attention. Only 8 will cross the land of Dharamraj without experiencing punishment. This is the method for not experiencing punishment. Baba is saying this is the method for not experiencing punishment. The more you stay in the awareness of the point, the greater will be the change visible in your sanskars. So this is the main method for changing sanskars, and for it you have to pay attention to the time and the task. Set your daily timetable. If time is wasted every day, when will you become perfect? Since you say that very little time is left, the main effort still remains to be made. All the things that you spoke of help to maintain the awareness of the point, but the main thing within that is to have a powerful brake. Many of you have a very weak brake. When a car has weak brakes, an accident takes place. Therefore, the brake should be powerful. The point of the drama should be very firm in your every task. This subject is still lacking. When you stabilize yourself in the awareness of the point, a sparkle will be visible on your forehead. Baba is saying, when you stabilize yourself in the awareness of the point, a sparkle will be visible on your forehead. Your memorial of the third eye will be physically visible through the stage of the soul. Today, you especially had to be given the result in this aspect. You have been told about that. No one's result is more than 2 to 2.5 hours, and that too is only of a few. Even that is only sometimes, not all the time. Even if you are able to maintain it for 2 hours, it is a great deal. By staying in this stage, you will easily and automatically become introverted, and solitude will pull you even when you are not specially practicing it. Even while you are performing actions, you will experience solitude pulling you. You can experience this stage even while talking. However, unless you have the practice of sitting in solitude, you will not be able to experience this stage while performing actions. When you used to go in front of a corporeal form, you would feel you were being drawn by solitude and introversion. You even relate that it sometimes seems, Baba is saying, you even relate that it sometimes seemed as though there was nothing but light. Even while talking, there was only light visible everywhere. This is the impact of the awareness of the point. When others have this experience through you, your life will be seen as unique, alokik. Knowledge becomes merged internally when you remain stable in the awareness of the point. Just as for the deities, you say that they do not have knowledge in an emerged form, that is, there will not be any expansion. Expansion is merged within the seed. And so the awareness of the point means the awareness of the seed stage. Everything is merged in the seed, and when the seed is shown in the earth, it all emerges. In the same way, all knowledge is merged in the awareness of the point. It emerges when you come down. When you have the awareness of the point, your stage remains full. This is like the ultimate stage, samadhi. No, there is no question of that ultimate state here. They do not have any knowledge, so their stage is nil, blank. This is not like being blank. This is being an embodiment of knowledge. You churn knowledge to clarify some points. That is the second stage. Some simply entertain themselves with their experience of Sakar Baba, and that also can be called yoga. There is the remembrance of just BaapDada, but that is to a lesser percentage. That is also called remembrance, but the awareness of the point is more powerful. The other is just like stabilizing as an embodiment of love. There is a difference between the awareness of the point and an Baba is saying there is a difference between the awareness of the point and an embodiment of love. There is special power in the other stage. The Nil stage of Samadhi is different. There is no aim in that, whereas here you have attainment. There is also the experience of happiness, coolness, and being full of all virtues. This is the stage of being full. Just as a seed is full, it is not empty. So, this stage is the same. If you practice this stage a little more, you will understand that experience clearly. Even so, think about it and discuss it among yourselves. Those who have special experiences of the awareness of the point should relate their experience to others and try and make them experienced in that. However, each one will experience that stage through their own practice. Acha. How many subjects have all of you created? By keeping the aim of whatever task you have to perform, a plan also emerges. Keep the aim and objective of creating the maximum number of subjects in a little time as possible. How many subjects will Lakshmi and Narayan have? Therefore, in order to be close to them in their kingdom, in order to live and play with them, you also have to create as many subjects. Those who have fewer subjects are called kings of a lower status. They will only come into the court sometimes. You should come close, just as each one of you checks, Baba is saying, just as each one of you checks your daily chart, so you should remain your, Baba is saying, just as each one of you checks your daily chart, so you should maintain your chart of creating subjects. When you come to meet Baba, Baba should see the maximum subjects created in front of him. You will show that, will you not? All of you have to create subjects. Do all of you stay in supersensuous joy? What is the meaning of supersensuous joy? To stay in the Avyakt stage and to experience godly happiness. Baba is saying, what is the meaning of this? Baba is saying, what is the meaning of supersensuous joy? The meaning is when you stay in the Avyakt stage and experience godly happiness. Those who come at the end have to race ahead. They can go ahead no matter how much Maya comes to you. You must not fluctuate. If you maintain your courage, you will continue to receive help from the divine family. However, you must not step aside from making effort. If your effort new every day, Baba is saying, is your effort new every day or is it the same old effort? Even if you continue to become old, your effort should always be new. Acha. Shanti.